What is up, everybody? My name is Darren, and welcome to the live stream of Stock Mafia. All right, so what are we talking about today? We're going to get into swing trading. We're going to talk about Powell talking. We have earnings for AMC on Monday. That should be interesting. And then also the election on Monday. And our buddies Credit Suisse still doing their nonsense, still doing their fun stuff. And we'll give a few minutes for people to roll in here. This does not work, so I don't expect anybody to clock in. And just remember this: that when you're on the stream, put the questions in, say what's up. You guys drive this as much as I do. That's why I come on here, just to air our dirty laundry in terms of what's going on with our stocks and the stock market. If you have paid attention to my videos and noticed that I'm going to start posting swing trade alerts. Now, I get nervous about that just because I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice, and I don't want to tell people to buy or sell. So everybody has to kind of make their own decision on the information that I provide for you. But it's also good information, and maybe it gives validity to what I'm saying to you, or some of the guys that come in here, and I say guys, sorry, because 99% of everybody that watches me is men. So if the ladies are in here, what's up, girls? I love you too. It's just that I'm a man, so I speak from a man's perspective in terms of the market. So the point I was trying to make with the swing trading is I'm just giving you kind of like something to look at. So yesterday I posted, hey, swing trade alert on Ape. And at the time it was $1.90. Now I will tell you this, that is impossible, no matter how much technical analysis you do, or any person you follow, or somebody says it's a Bollinger Band and a Fibonacci line and all that other stuff. It is impossible to time the bottom, and it's possible to time the top, whether you're buying in or selling. So that being said, I was looking at Ape yesterday at, I think I said $1.91. And I did get a position in that at that time. So now look at it. It's $1.85. I'm not worried at all. Powell is talking today. I do believe that even if he said we dropped a nuclear bomb, on whomever, on some random island, or we're doing nuclear testing in the middle of the Atlantic, I think the market's going to go green after he talks, because he leans more on the Joe Biden side of things and the Democratic side of things than the Republican side of things. And they have a big election coming up on Monday, and they're fighting for seats in the House. Now, whether you somebody yelled at me on comments, they didn't yell at me, but just kind of said, like, if the Republicans take office, we're screwed. And I'm like, you know what? We're screwed either way. I don't care who wins. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. So in that respect, it doesn't get political with me. It's all about money with me. It's all about money. So you come on this channel, it is about money. My opinion is on money. So if Joe Biden is going to make me money, reelect him. If somebody else is going to make me money, reelect them. And I think if we're all making money, the country is a better place. And what you do with that money and do good with that money will make this country a better place and this world a better place. And that's all I want anybody to do. And unfortunately, we fight against evil. Hedges are evil. Shorts are evil. Whoever is complicit with not following the laws of government, they are evil. So if there's a law on the books and you work for the SEC and you're not following it or going after the people that are breaking those laws, you are evil. And I'm allowed to say that. Everybody is. We have the freedom to tell people how it is. It's not a conspiracy theory. So anybody want to talk, go in the chat, say what's up, what's going on, what is going on. I am going to put out, and I think I said this before, but I have the access now through this channel to put polls out to find out what you guys want me to cover or what you guys want to see. Obviously, my main objective right now on a financial level is to see AMC and GME get to the numbers that they should get to. And then what we do after that is really up to us. And but in the meantime, while we're waiting around, there are opportunities to make money. And I am a swing trader and I am kind of a junkyard dog when it comes to that because how I started in this swing trading was how most people start with not a lot of money. So even if you have 500,000, $2,000, you can start making money in this game. And that's exactly what it is. So I'm looking at ape right now at $1.84. That's lower than the position that I got into yesterday. So there is an opportunity there. So while we're waiting for people to come into the stream, or if everybody's going to be shy today, I'm gonna really struggle. Um, but I will start making some notes here. Let me see if I can bring up. What can I use? What can I use? Use pages. Yeah, there we go. But the best way I can do in terms of swing trading, and if you guys don't want to talk about this, get into the chat and tell me to stop, because I would gladly stop. Um, think about this. I'm just going to use an example of, and let me change the font a little higher so we can all see it. At least I can see it. Swing trading. Example. Buy stock for $1. I know this is like most people are like, yeah, I can do this, but it's nice to see it. It's kind of good to understand what I'm talking about. So you buy stock for $1 and you buy, oops, 1,000 shares. So buy stock for $1 for 1,000 shares. Number two. Now we'll call this stock A. We'll call this let AAA. All right. Now that you have $1,000, 1,000 shares, easy peasy. This stock goes to $1.20. You're like, that's not a lot of money. Well, you'll see. So that's my point with swing trading is you don't have to. Yeah, what's up, Mr. Simon? I need your help, brother. Nobody's talking in the comments. um, so you can see on the screen. So I'm just showing you, and Mr. Simon and I talk a little bit. Simon, you gotta you should DM me on Twitter too. Sometimes I don't know why I don't. It's hard to have conversations on the YouTube comment side. It's because it's hard to find because sometimes there's a lot of crap on there too. It's like, do you want to become sexy? I'm like, I already am sexy. I don't need your help. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of spam. I'm sexy enough. Um, so my point is, so you just made $200, and some people are saying, like, dude, I just bought a stock for $1, and it went to $1.20, and they said, Lou said it's going to 700. Fuck Lou. I mean, when it comes to swing trading, if you can make some money on it, you guys, if you found $200, is what I would say. If you found $200 on the sidewalk, if you found $200 on the sidewalk, when you pick it up, and the funny thing is, if you can make money swing trading and use it as honestly like a side hustle until you actually want to make it your full time hustle. You see what I'm saying? So, perfect example. I'll get rid of this. Let's go. Let's go real life here. Look out. Let's say you bought a banana stock because you're an ape. And you got to understand, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything for my advice and all that other nonsense. I just don't want to see you guys lose money, and I'm not here to. At this point, friend, those hedge funds are not going to cover. I think they're going to be forced. They have to be forced because they're all working together. Yeah, Rain, I'm with you. I understand that I've kind of always really held. I get excited for things to come up, but for us to naturally squeeze, for us to get to those crazy numbers, whether it's 10K, 50K, 100K, I believe global collapse has to happen and global financial collapse. And listen, it's not like we're asking for something that has never happened before. It's happened before. So it's not like if they could have prevented 2008, they would have. They would have. And they've kicked the can. If you ever watched the movie The Big Short, they've kicked the can down the road so many times in that movie. And in history, will show they did the same thing. It's all true in that respect. So, yeah, things are have to fall, but that's kind of why I'm like bringing this up and talking to some of you on more of a personal level, and you guys are saying to me like, oh, like I put out, I'm gonna start putting out trade alerts just to swing trade. Yeah, swing trading is a great way to make some side money and not be too risky. Personally, if I was starting to become a swing trader, that's what I do now. But if I was just starting off, yeah, if you have like 500, 1,000 bucks, I think that's a good spot to start with. And then you can get in. And I'm showing these examples up on the screen, and hopefully everybody, and obviously the stream will be posted, and I'll use these notes and I'll make a video. I don't know the quality of this video. I probably have to get a subscription to StreamYard, but I'm not gonna say I'm cheap, but I'm not gonna just buy something just to buy it every time I need something. So it's just like getting a Ortex subscription. Anybody have one of those? God, I hope not. It's like $700. $700 for an Ortex subscription, so they can give you fudged numbers from hedge funds. That's like being in Jim Cramer's investment club. Who the hell would be in that? And if you are, that's okay. I'm not judging you. Get the hell out of that. You know he's not telling you the truth. You know he's not trying to make you money. It's just a scam. So here we go. You bought a banana stock, and if you don't know what a banana stock is, then you're not an ape. All right. So you buy a banana stock and say yesterday you could have bought your banana stock at $1.90. Right now you can buy it at a dollar. What are we trading at now? Oh, whoa, that's nice. Oh crap! What happened to that? That just disappeared. I literally lost my note. It just fell off the face of the earth. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen. All right. Well, that's interesting. I lost that note that I made literally just disappeared off my screen. There it is. I had to reopen it. What the hell? All right. Um, so you bought a banana stock at $1.90, and I'm gonna have to use my calculator for this fun stuff. And so you bought 1,000 shares. And stock goes to say 220. Yeah, I'm gonna get to your questions in a second. I'll just finish this thought and then we'll just stop. I'll leave it up here. And that goes to 220. So that's a difference of 30 cents. So you sell it, and you made $100, $300. You telling me that this isn't going to go to that? Now you could say, well, I think it's going to go higher. Oh, good. Then hold on to it. But I'm telling you, if you look at the small rips in stocks, if you can play, if you have 1,000 shares or even 500 shares, I mean, you got to think about this. Like every time you buy a stock, it's not going to change your life, but it is going to pay your bill. So whether you want to pay your electric bill or pay a car payment, you have the opportunity to do that with swing trading. I am for the little man. And I don't mean little man. I don't want to call us little. We're as big as anybody else. Nobody's better than anybody else. And certainly the people that we are going up against, they ain't shit. Let's be honest. I mean, we could scrap with any one of these hedgy guys and whoop them, because we come from the streets, the school of hard knocks. So not scared of them at all. I'll roll against those guys any day. So I'm looking for all of us to make some money, and for all of us to stay into our plays and to beat Wall Street. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I was the type of kid who sat in the back of the class and didn't do very well in school, in high school, and then went to college and plugged my way through until kind of the light bulb went off in my head, and then I started getting better grades. But I know what it's like to kind of feel like the dumbest kid in the class. And these guys, these hedgies, these financial advisors, they're in the back of the class with us, man. They're not that smart. We're smarter than they are. If you'll see, if you keep track of your numbers in terms of your swing trades, if you're just starting today, or maybe you have a couple losses, because to be honest with you, if you're down on stuff, maybe you bought AMC and you're down $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. Welcome to school, because this is when you learn, when you get kicked in the nuts. The best education I ever had is when I lost money in the stock market. Best education I ever had. Because, man, when I lost money, oh, baby, did I try to figure out how to get out of that hole. And when I was making money, woohoo, it was fun. Yeah, what's going on? High five. I'm really good. This is awesome. Let's get some fancy shoes. But when you get kicked in, you guys know this. It's another thing. Sorry. So, Mr. Simon, I'm going to read your question here. Oh, see, this is the thing, man. I'm going to be straight with you. I just read your first sentence. I don't do options. I'm sorry. I am very conservative. So the stuff that I do, see, I believe in swing trading because you can be very conservative and have the opportunity to get out of your play if you lose. And let me tell you why. Because I don't buy a company that I don't want to own forever. Tesla is a great example. So if I were to buy Tesla and I like that company, I would love to own Tesla stock. So I don't know what it's trading at right now. Let me see. Oh, I have it up there. So let's say I bought it today at 225. And I'm still going to get to your question, Mr. Simon. If I bought it today at 225 and that went down to 200 and I had to hold Tesla for 5 years, I still own the stock. You see what I'm saying with swing trading? When you get into options, there's a time limit on your stuff. You'll lose your money. You lose your money when you lose. And yes, you go down money on a stock when it goes down, but if you don't sell it, and that's the best part about swing trading. Now, listen, you have $100,000. Do I say put it all in one stock? No, do not do that. You have to spread it out. You don't know the environment of everything. You don't know what's going to happen. You could have the greatest CEO in the world at a certain stock. Maybe it's AMD. It's Lisa Su. She is a pretty awesome CEO. What if she passed away or resigned because of some scandal? Stock's going to go down. You don't know that. But you know what? If you own it instead of doing the options stuff, the options thing is you're chasing gold at the end of the rainbow. I just don't believe you can get there as fast as you want to get there. I think swing trading is the best way to make money in this market. It's the most conservative way to make this in this market. You can use data that's available to you for free. Yahoo Finance is a great place to do that on by checking historical data and price when you want to get a buy-in. and uses that. So Mr. Simon's saying I had some losses on Tesla options, and I want to claim it. Oh, claim it on my taxes. I have to wait till the 22nd to play again. I don't know, but I mean, I go based off of year-end taxes. Um, I don't know how the whole options things work because I know how it works in terms of buying and selling stock. If you guys don't know, like let's say that we're all down on Ape, right? So because it was released at 7 or 6, and now it's at $1.80 today. If I were to buy and sell Ape from that initial lot that Adam Aaron gave us in terms of the dividend, if I were to sell one share, I would lose money. So I'd lose. Let's just do easy math. I lose $4. I could, if I rebuy more Ape, I can't claim that $4 loss on my taxes if I buy it like the next day. Now, if I wait 30 days and then buy more shares of Ape, I can claim that $4 loss on my taxes. I don't know if that helps out. I don't know how the options thing works. Because technically you're not really buying stock with options unless you buy the shares. So I'm hopefully, I don't know if I helped you with that. I don't think I did, but what do you want a tip button? See, the thing is I'm not gonna what you gotta understand is there are rules and laws about being giving financial advice, and I just want to be careful with that. I'm not really worried about it because I've said 100 times over, I'm an educator and I can teach people how to use the stock market. So I will put out if you're subscribed, I'm going to put the notification out, and I'll say, swing trade alert. I'll buy code word, whether it's like looking ripe Ape at $1, like even now $1.80. It's 10 cents lower than what I said it was yesterday. And I will always do a follow up on that. And then it might be 2 or 3 weeks from now, and I might say, in the green, Ape is at $2.30. I am never going to tell you to buy and sell. You have to draw your own conclusion to what I'm trying to educate you on. Understand? I'm sure. I'm not sure if the 30-day rule also applies to options. I would. Yeah, I don't know, Mr. Simon. You're saying you're not sure if the 30-day rule applies to options. I don't know. I mean, we could look it up. I don't know if I'd be able to find it quickly. But like I was saying, man, I cannot believe the Ape is going down this low. But listen, but I'm telling you, I mean, this is maybe I should have waited till today. I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen. I have a strong suspicion that no matter what Powell says when he has his announcement today, and he raises the rates like either 50 basis points, 75 basis points, or a full point, that the market's going to go green. Market's going to go green, and it'll probably stay green through Monday until we find out, who won this seat in Congress, who became this senator for this state. I just think how that's going to go down. So, yeah, I could have waited. And that's another thing. I'm going to do that in the notes now too. So some tips. Here's my tip button. Tips. When you buy into a stock, don't use all your dry powder. And if you don't know what dry powder means your cash, the stuff the cash that you have on the side. So when you buy into that stock and you don't use all your dry powder, so if you have whatever, $1,000, $2,000, and you buy your 500 shares at $1 and you use $500, and if it goes to 89 cents, you can then average down. And that's something you could have done today. Like if you had bought Ape today or Ape yesterday at $1.90, if you have any more money, you can average down because the price now is $1.78. And the 52-week low on it was $1.48. I don't see it hitting that low. We know what they're doing today. Honestly, everybody's just grabbing a position. It will be green. I bet my life on it. And I could be wrong. And listen, there's no Ace, what are you talking about? Cocaine. You need to explain with your one. Oh, are you asking me if I'm on cocaine? Because I'm sniffling? No, I have a cold. No, I don't do cocaine. I do. Oh, look. Yeah, I do cocaine. There you go. No, I have a cold. I have bad allergies, and living in the Northeast is dry powder, right? See how quickly I went on the defense. If you're new to this stream, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Like I was talking about, I am going to start getting into the swing trading side of things because we are talking AMC, GME. That is our number one priority. But the number one priority of this channel is to make money. And if we have an opportunity to do that, we do it. And to be honest with you, some people will say, well, why would you swing trade Ape or AMC? You can do everything with the same stock. Honestly, there are so many FTDs, synthetic shares out there. If you're trading 500 and 1,000 shares of AMC and Ape, my personal opinion, and I'll probably get burned for this, is you're not messing with anything. You're not messing with the squeeze. You're not ruining anything. And to be honest with you, you don't. And if you feel you are, you don't have to trade these. I mean, I'm looking at, and I'm going to put a poll out there to see what you guys are interested in looking at. Besides our AMC and Ape that we pay attention to like incessantly, there are stocks out there. This particular one, I'm always on top of this. Probably because I wear their clothes and I like their clothes. I'm always looking at Under Armour, always. And the Under Armour's touched the bottom now like twice here. So here I go in my technical analysis. You're like, he doesn't do any TA. He's gone rogue. We miss Trey. I'm not gonna. I think some people would just get too fixated on the charts. If chart making whatever the hell was so awesome, these guys would all be billionaires. It's not. It's a tool. It's a tool to a lot of things. I mean, I use like know your environment, do your technical analysis with the charts, and then I only buy companies that I want to own forever. If you could stick to those three, I think Trey did quit. Oh, Simon, you Googled it. I think Trey did quit. Somebody said he's on Twitch. I don't know. I think it's funny. And I guess I don't know. I don't know what to say about all this. I mean, I think part of the reason he's young. And I think if I came into the kind of money that he came into at a young age, maybe I would think I did this instead of we did this. Because everybody that watches a channel for a YouTuber, I will tell you this from the beginning. I'm not anything if nobody's watching my channel. I'm not anything if guys don't come into my stream and start talking. So I'm older. That's part of the reason I came into this, because I was tired of watching kids tell me about the market and they don't know what they're talking about. And if they do know what they're talking about, they haven't lived enough of a life for me to take their opinion. It's nothing against nobody. And I believe some of them, or most of them, are just auditioning for their next job. Like, I think Matt Kors is auditioning for his next job. I think Matt Kors would love to get a job with like Fox News and have his own little TV show, and he would lead everything. And to be honest with you, good riddance, because he doesn't provide anything to anybody. He just doesn't. He doesn't. He just has really nice astronaut toys in the background. Wash sale rule applies to options. Oh, okay. All right, so you got to wait 30 days, unless you don't want to take the loss, or unless you, but just do another stock. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'll tell you. If you're in the Rosh rule thing, you're like, it sucks. I gotta wait 30 days. Find something else. Like look at something else. I think personally, I think you can, and you guys know this because what do you think we're doing right now? You could follow 3 stocks. I mean, Ape and AMC are kind of the same. So when one goes, one's the other one. But yeah, Ace, I'm with you, man. That's the best thing happened to Matt was COVID, and also he got suspended, and the people were like, Matt Kors got suspended, and I was like, who the hell's Matt Kors? And people started like, bring him back. If so, Gil, I'll just call you Gil, okay? So Gil's telling that Trey probably has a cokehead now. Trey looks like he's had some problems in the past. So I'm not going to say that's what's come down his way. But hey, it's happened to the best of them, right? How many stories do we find when people get a lot of money next to they become addicted to certain things? That will never happen to me. Never happened to me. Like I said, I don't think for most of us, if we're over the age of 30, 35, we're kind of set in our ways. If we were going to pick up a drug habit, it was gonna happen in our 20s. Yes, Mr. Simon. So I'm with you. So yes, Mr. Simon's saying I'm trading other stocks, but I like Tesla because of the volatility. Yeah. So why don't you just swing trade it? Because you don't make enough. I mean, I get it. Because you'd have to have, even if you're buying 100 shares, what is that? That $22,000? Did I just do that correctly? I need to pull out my calculator. That's why I'm looking down here. I'll do this. It's more 225 times 100. Yeah, you'd have to have $22,000 to trade 100 shares of Tesla on a swing trade. So build up. Swing trade Ape. Swing trade swing trade Neo. I will tell you this: if you guys have never got into Neo, Neo's a pretty interesting company. I will tell the only black flag about Neo is that it is a Chinese company. But other than that, the narrative, the things they're doing, the CEO, it is an awesome company. I'm telling you right now, the first video we do, like post squeeze, after we kind of figure out what we're all gonna, if I find some information, I do know a little bit about like paying taxes. Yeah. So Simon, you agree with me? Like it's decent. I mean, Neo, let's look at Neo. I was following it. It hit like $8 and something the other day. Let me see where it was. It was maybe here. I'm gonna go this. You guys can see this better. You don't need to see my head. All right. So, and and please tell me if you want me to do more of the swing trading stuff. Like it's not that we're doing now. So right now we're just gonna look at Neo. When was this? This was the 28th. There it is. So I was looking at this. Actually, me and my buddy were actually looking at this. When it hit this low, it's like, ooh, man, that looks ripe. Ripe. I just didn't have the money. It looked ripe. And so look, if you would have, not that you're going to catch the bottom. So I always say, like, you're going to use an example. Like people will say, like, especially like my friend will say, oh, we could have got it at 838. I was like, man, we would have never timed it like that. We probably would have timed it more at like 890, 885. But look, if you would have bought at 885, the 24th was it was like a week ago. And I don't know. I'll say, like, could you buy 1,000 shares? Well, I mean, I'll use the 10. I always use like the $10,000, $1,000 mark. But even if you bought 100 shares, that's not, you would have bought it for say 800, $850. Well, you have hit, it did go up at least $1. It was up here at 1043. You could have caught it a couple days later at 1011. You'd have made $100. $100. So when your financial advisor sits down with you and you say, "How much percentage can I make on my 10 grand?" And he's like, "Oh, if in a good market, 4%." Man, fuck those guys. You can make 4% in a week. You can make 10% on your money in a week. I mean, I tell you what, you guys agree with me? I mean, I'd hate to be the guy who puts financial advisors out of business, but whoo, it's you can make money, man, and you don't have to. But Ace, have you ever? So you're laughing. So Ace is like 4%. Ha ha. I, listen, you sit down and talk to these financial guys, and they're not gonna promise you more than 6%. 6%. I'm telling you, you can make 6% on your money in a week, in a month. Make 6% of your money in a month. And there's other things to do. So, with the thing with Ape, what's the thing with Ape in its 90 days? Oh, so T90 off the top of my head, Gil's asking me about the 90 days. There is some T90 rule that says that they have to deliver the FTDs by November 23rd, which is actually the day before Thanksgiving for the people that are on here, the USA folk. And let me just say what's up to Korea, what's up Germany, what's up India. I love seeing what is up. I think Africa was on here the other day. It's pretty cool to see people internationally, to think that I'm like sitting here at my house and all of you, and they're listening to our conversations. And some gentleman came in. Mr. Simon probably remembers. A gentleman came in from Korea like last week or 2 weeks ago, and asking questions, and I just thought it was really cool. I thought that was really neat. The Korean ant movement for the AMC apes and GME apes. We're still talking GME, guys. How many days has it been since GME split? I think that just passed. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how many days, but there was some sort of, and I don't know, like Ace, I'm trying to think, like, I don't know. See, this is what sucks. It's not that, yeah, we all are so confused at everything going on. And why are we confused? Because nothing happens when something is supposed to happen. So all these regulations you hear about, T90, T30, he can't talk about the stock after 60 days of issuance, all that stuff. But then there are laws that aren't followed. Like the day that Ape was released, it's considered an IPO. You cannot put a halt on IPO. It was halted 13 times. Nothing was done about it. Nothing. That's so Ace Ventura, our stock pet detective, has said Tesla ripped 50 days after a split, I believe. Actually, from what I read, and like I said, it doesn't mean what I read was true, but I held on to it and it stuck in my brain. I'm holding out hope for that T90 because that's when Tesla ripped to like 2000. I think they went from like 400 to 2000. So and that November 23rd. So if you watch my video on November squeeze, I kind of laid out a couple things, and I got the dates of the midterm elections wrong. Sue me. But I said it was the 15th. That's what I looked up on Google. It says the 15th. I'm like, all right, it's the 15th. And it's the 8th. So it is kind of funny that on Monday, pay attention to this. On Monday, AMC has earnings. Disney has earnings. Yeah, Disney merger. I don't see a merger happening. Hopefully a partnership. That'd be awesome. Like an exclusive partnership that you can only see Disney movies at AMC movie theaters. Woo-hoo-hoo! That'd be hot. I don't know if that'll happen though, because there are some towns that don't have AMC movie theaters and they wouldn't have access to Disney movies. I don't know if Disney would shoot themselves in the foot for that. But I don't know. Money talks. Money talks. So I don't see a merger coming, but a partnership, that'd be awesome. Oh, Gilly from the UK. What's up, Great Britain? Ace, Mexico, Texas. So is that why? So you're the guy that can get the cocaine, is what you're saying. Simon, you're not no Zimbabwe. Aren't you in Florida? I could have sworn you said you're in Florida, Mr. Simon. If you're in Zimbabwe, that's pretty awesome. Oh, live in Mexico, work in Texas. Dude, that's crazy. You got to cross the border like every day? Or do you like stay for like a week at a time? Oh, you're in Cali. Mr. Simon's in Cali. Man, I thought you said Florida. Well, now you just I don't know where you are. You're just elusive. I thought Florida, you're saying Zimbabwe, now you're in California. I don't know, dude. You just stay elusive. Just make that money. You want me to do an impression? Uh I got it. I got it. I probably could do a really good impression if I'm mad at him. I mean, I can say what he always says. It's gonna run. AMC's gonna have its run. AMC's gonna have its run. GTII. It's gonna have its run. I love that. And then this is what always and I am the first to admit I used to watch Lou. I used to just be blown away by the insider information that he was getting, but I never really trusted him. But I don't trust anybody. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't trust anybody. You should just get the information you want, and even me, like just get the information that you want, like here, and kind of come to your own decision. So even if I said, "Whoa, man, look at Neo, it's at $9.60," that doesn't mean buy it. You got to kind of process it. You got to read about the company. And I said before, like you got to know, like, do you want to own, for example, do you want to own Neo? It's a Chinese company. One day they could just pull the rug and it's gone. That always made me nervous. I mean, I'll tell you guys, I own Neo at $2, and I pulled the rug on that. And I had a lot of shares because you can buy a shit ton of shares at $2, right? And I'll just tell you the story because I didn't make the money. I bought, I think I had 20,000 shares of Neo at $2, and I sold it at 4. I made money. You know what the 52-week high, or at least it was Neo was $62. Do the math. Yeah, that shit hurts sometimes. Two, two. Lou is Mr. Simon loves when I said, yeah. See, Simon, I was mad at him that day, and so I said, I'm so tired of Lou lying to people. It's like he's two donuts away from a heart attack, man. I just don't like. I don't when Lou just triggered me when Lou will explain AMC, and he doesn't really talk about it anymore because he knows that people are on to him, and I think I think he got some side money to stop talking about it. That's my opinion. I have no proof of that. It just seems like the way, but he'd go, Ape's AMC, AMC's Ape, Ape's AMC, and AMC is Ape. So what's Ape? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, and then when he didn't have anything to say, he was always like, Ape's AMC, AMC's gonna have his run. Didn't it say he's not gonna have his run? Ape's AMC, Ape's AMC, AMC. What is Ape? No one knows what Ape is, but AMC is Ape. It's like, all right, thanks. Thanks for wasting 4 minutes of my life that I'll never get back. All right, so here we go. So you got me on the lose stuff, and I try, like, I mean, we all are on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. We watch YouTube. A lot of us people will say like, "Oh, great, another YouTuber," because I catch that flack. You guys can appreciate that. Like I get that a lot. They're like, "Oh, where the hell you been, you shill?" And I laugh because I'm like, that's the same shit that I would say to me if I saw me. Like, where'd you come from, you bald headed freak? I would say the same stuff to me. So I laugh at that stuff. But it's just funny. But we, as a teacher, and I've taught in college, I've taught high school, so as a teacher, we all learn differently. I know that I learn differently, and instead of reading, because I can't read books. Like I can read, I just can't sit down for 2 hours and read like a novel. You won't catch me reading like a John Grisham book because I just can't sit still that long. That's just who I am. ADHD, whatever you want to call it, it is what it is. But I can watch a video and listen to it and learn a lot. And that's what I love about YouTube is it opens up those people that can't sit down and read. They learn better through auditory. I mean, I know that's a word. I don't know if I used it correctly, but who cares? Yeah, Lou does sound like he's from The Sopranos. Ace, I'm with you. He's from Harlem. I live outside of Philadelphia, but I'm not. I'm a train. I mean, I used to have my sales territory used to be Manhattan, so I've been down to New York City like a gazillion times. It's not even fun, Like for some people, if you don't live here, it's like it's like me. I've never been to Los Angeles, so if you live in Los Angeles, you could be like, yeah, LA's overrated. Well, I've never been there, so it sounds fun to me, right? So, and that's kind of how I view New York City. And people in Manhattan, and Manhattan's a different world. It's not New York. New York State is mostly farmland and snow. But yeah. So, but Lou comes off as like Tony Soprano, the Tony Soprano of stock buying, and he gets fed information. He just does. I mean, this GTII stuff came out of left field. And yeah, if you bought it at 48 cents and rode it up to the $5 range, awesome. Awesome. You took a big risk, but you won. And I want you to win. That's all I want you to do. I want everybody to win. I want to win. I want everybody to win. Neo is moving. So let me get back to Ape. See, I'm very concerned with Ape right now. because some of us are in a swing trade with Ape. Actually, so two of us. I know two of us are on this call. They're in that. So actually, how many people do I know that are in a swing trade right now with Ape? Yeah, a few. But I'm not worried about it. There is an opportunity, I think, to get some Ape right now at a good price, and then when you sell, you sell. And it doesn't mean you sell your long position. I mean, I wouldn't sell any of my long positions in AMC, Ape, or GME because I'm like, God, I think I'm like 95% in the 20% tax bracket. And I'm not a big like hold to get to that point kind of thing, but that's where I'm at right now. So I'm not touching any of those shares. So anything that I was buying or selling right now in the market is new positions that I just took. And that's something you have to be careful of. So when you go into your brokerage account, make sure that you specify which stocks you are selling because they will sell. If you ever see FIFO, first in, first out, they will sell the first thing you bought. So say you bought AMC 2 years ago, you bought 1,000 shares. And then say today or yesterday, you bought 1,000 shares of AMC and you want to sell your AMC shares today. Don't do FIFO, first in, first out, because they will sell your 1,000 shares automatically. And they do this on purpose. They will sell your shares automatically if you don't specify the older shares, the ones that you bought 2 years ago. Meanwhile, you could sell them. You really want to sell the shares that you bought yesterday, because you're making a quick buck. And that's how you build on your portfolio. So one thing I want to bring up, and I understand that most of us already know this, and I'm cool with that. Like I got you. Did I close that? No, there it is. So my tips too, with going into swing trading, which I think will, and I'm sure you people, I don't know if I'm using the right word. You guys can actually help me here. I don't know if this is what scalping is really called, but this is what I call it. Let's say you made, like, let's use example 2 where you made $300, especially if you're like oh man, don't be trading the stocks that we're holding to the moon because it disrupts the squeeze. Man, there's so many synthetics and shit out there that we could probably buy and trade a billion shares and it wouldn't make a freaking difference. So you made $300 because you sold at 220. Um, mhm. You sold at 220, and then say it goes back down to $1.95, and now you bought. So what did I say we had? We had $1,900. That's all confusing now, but you get what I'm saying. So you can then buy. You can buy a new position at a dollar. $1.95. Start a new position of $1,000 shares. Sorry. You could start a new position of 1,000 shares, and you could also use the additional money to buy more shares and compound your profits. Because you see what I'm doing. So it's like you buy 1,000 shares, you make $500 on the trade. The stock goes back down again, and then you buy 1,000 shares back, and then say you buy another 100 shares with the $500 profit, and now you have 1,100 shares. And if it goes back up to 220, you sell it again, and you make more money. So you're compounding this stuff, and that's how you build up on your money. I mean, that's kind of how I see it. Okay. So God bless capital gains. Yeah, taxes are. I'm sorry. Are we starting to find out that we're the only ones that pay taxes? Taxes are starting to piss me off. Why are we paying 30% of our income when people that make 10 times, 100 times what we make, they don't pay anything? Interesting how that works. Government better be careful because they are really fringing on revolution. Because these assholes are trying to like tell us we're going to war and stuff. I am not fighting in no war, and I'm not sending my kids to any war either. I'm not fighting a war for these people. They can go fight their own damn war. We can line up Bill Gates and Bezos, give them guns, let them go fight for their money. That's not my problem. Um, FOMC meeting to send stocks up after 2 p.m. Yeah, Robert, I'm with you, man. Robert, you watch my video last night? Yes, Robert. You and I are on the same page. I'm trying not to curse because I wanna be good to my algorithm and make sure everybody sees my videos because as much as I want to become the financial guru of YouTube, I also just want to get the message across that we are still all here and we are still holding. Yeah, politicians pay zero, insider trading. Yeah, they do all their tradings. They probably trade within a trust fund, and trusts don't get taxed unless you withdraw. But if you buy everything within your trust, so you just use your profits to buy houses for your trust. And I mean, I will tell you this. I mean, there are so many laws written for people that have millions and millions and millions of dollars that if we get our money, we're just going to follow the law. It's going to follow the law. And some prick on YouTube that calls his channel Stock Mafia because he thinks he's tough is going to teach everybody, and we're all going to figure out where are the best places to put our investments. Fuck them. Oh, I cursed. Robert, it's your fault, man. You did this to me. You got me all worked up. You made me curse, and now I lost Google points. So Simon say we pay a lot of taxes. Politicians pay zero. Insider trading, they pay zero. Profits, zero. Yeah, and that is a good one. The corrupt, corruptitions. That's hard to say. Say that 9 times real fast. Probably gonna say it 3 times. Yeah, I go to timeout. That's right. Go sit on the step. That's where I put my kids, on the step. Go sit on the step. Time for timeout. Um, yes, we will. And the funny thing is, if you guys watch AMC Bigums, I really like him. He hasn't put out something in a while. He did a space call, and I'm like, nah, I need you to draw your silly drawings on YouTube. There's too much going on. Those space calls, there's too much chatter. There's too much chatter, too much static. I need visual. If you don't, that's why I always say about, like, I criticize some YouTubers, like why they don't put their face on the camera. I need to see your face. Sorry, it's 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 a social trigger. Go figure. And do you like talking to people behind a wall? And it's a sad thing. Yeah, Robert, forgiven, brother. It's all good. Just you got to watch me. My blood pressure. It'd be crazy if I like died on YouTube. That'd be wild. I never know it. I don't know. I don't know where I go after this. I question everything. um, man, here we go. Look at me. Look at me. Apes are the hedge funds now. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a fear of theirs. But if you watch Bigums, he made a great comment. He said, in order to save the middle class, MOAS has to happen. And he believes that they're going to come to that realization. It'll be the greatest stimulus package. You want to save the economy? Make 5 million millionaires, right? Or really multimillionaires. Because if there's going to be 5 million millionaires after that lot, I think half of them are going to have more than $1 million. Lunch. Well, I just had breakfast, Simon. I like, it's funny when you work at home, and if anybody works at home, you guys are home, you're doing whatever, but like lunchtime, I just eat when I'm hungry. The older I get, I just don't want to eat. I want to eat what I want. Like if I could get away with like having like 3 cans of soda and a cheesesteak every day, I know that's not healthy at all. Like but if I could get away with that, I would do that. And I think I would lose weight. I don't know. It's not a lot of calories. Get all my calories in one shot. And then I just run around and act like an idiot for the rest of the day. Ace, so that's funny. You say technically if we organized, we'd be fucked, but it's illegal. Yeah, it's funny how that's illegal, but hedge funds can call each other and collude. The collusion is unbelievable. But if we organize, and that's what I think that's why they're trying to control social media, because it's a fine line, because they'll look at a YouTube channel and they'll say, well, that's collusion. You're like, well, wait a second. Darren's a master's educated business teacher. I'm just teaching. That's what I'm doing. I'm not telling you to buy and sell. I'm not giving financial advice, but I'm saying, hey, look at this link. Look what you can do with this money. You can set up a trust fund with $1 million. Oh, look, you can buy your house. The trust can buy your house. And you don't have to pay any taxes or this and that when you sell it, because the trust has it. Oh, yeah. I'm just here to teach, baby. See, there is always a back door you can go in, and I think this is the one for us. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm surprised a lot of these kids haven't been shut down, because they don't have the credentials to talk about this kind of stuff. And I don't mean it like I'm smarter than them kind of stuff. Absolutely not. I mean, I have 3 college degrees. I'm almost at the point where I don't even believe in college. I mean, is that ridiculous? I don't believe in it. I don't. I feel like I learned more on the street than I did sitting in a classroom being taught business by a guy that probably never had a business before. Let's be honest. Now, That's what she said. Is that because I said back door? Because if it is, Robert, you got me. Because when I said I found a back door, I was like, I was like, I don't know. That was a tough one. I was like, hopefully that slipped by, but I guess not. They used to say, and I don't watch the news, but man, no one puts this much money to smear a stock for no reason. Yeah, and then you see, yes, Mr. Simon, good question. But yeah, when they smear stuff on the news, it's all it's I think CNBC is an infomercial for stocks that they want to go up and down. But Mr. Simon said, this is how you talk to me, guys. Teacher, what is a trust fund? I'm not a finance guy. I'm a manufacturing guy. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Oh, that's funny. Today I'm going to teach everybody how to pay minimal taxes. Today I'm going to teach everybody to swing trade. Look, Ape, for example, is at $1.76. Swing traders. Okay? Students, are you with me? And Ape is at $1.76. So if you were to buy 1,000 shares, $1,760, and when Ape goes to $2.30 tomorrow, you can sell it and make a profit of 50 cents. Say you sell it on the uptick, 50 cents, and you have 1,000 shares, $500, bitches. Boom. I mean, and you build on that. And that's how you swing trade. Now, I will tell you this, like swing trading, the low end, I like Ape right now for that kind of stuff. But don't always think that you can swing trade the smaller stocks like the dollar, because the volatility isn't there. And if it's there, it's very risky. You can't live off of it. But I tell you what, if you got the money and you have $1 million from a short squeeze, here's a stock that has the potential for swinging. That's what she said. I say to my wife, we have potential for swinging. I'm just kidding. I might get in trouble for that one. I knew this was going to go south. Eventually, it's going to go really south because I'll get too comfortable in front of this microphone. And if you ever see my first video, dude, I watched my first video last night, and I got to be honest, if you've been watching my videos, I feel like I've gotten better. I'm not like trying to pat myself on the back, but I've gotten more comfortable like talking. And I knew I would, but my God, my first video, I was like, I had like 40 views or 120 views, and I was like, who the hell even watched this? So it was kind of funny. Dude, hey Robert, she's gonna say a lot when I'm talking. Let's just she should just be here. We should just invite her on the call because she's gonna say a lot with what comes out of my mouth. I forget what the hell I was saying. Oh, Apple. So you swing trade Apple. I mean, that's got great potential because 52-week high, Apple 182. I mean, and this, Apple split. I mean, here's a good thing too about well, let me stay focused here. It has bounced just in the past. I'll just use this mark. So 26, that was what, 5 days ago. Apple has gone from, if you were just saying, oh, I'm going to buy a position in Apple. I'm going to buy, and it's pretty much at the same price it is now. Oh, that's pretty interesting, right? So you're like, I'm going to buy a position in Apple. You could do it today if you wanted to, actually, looking at it. The stock gods are talking to me. Do it, Darren, do it. 149. Now, once again, do you want to own Apple? Why the hell not? They got like $80 billion in cash. They could buy like 10 companies. They could buy Netflix tomorrow if they wanted to. They just could. They have enough money to do it. So it's a good company. So that's check. It's something I want to own. So if I get stuck in Apple and I buy Apple today and it goes down to $135 and I'm stuck there for 3 months, so be it. I own Apple. And guess what? They give a dividend. So I'll make some money on the dividend. So trading a dividend stock, guess what? Dividend stocks don't get shorted. They do, but not really, because the dividend comes up. So if you heavily short a dividend stock, you're going to have to pay on your heavily short. So there ain't no synthetic shares floating around in the Apple world. See what I'm saying, guys? See what I'm saying? These guys, can we please get our squeeze so we can take over the world? That's it. We just want to take over the world. This is one simple ask. Um, so look at Apple, 149. So say you bought 100 shares. I don't know what that is, $15,000. You buy 100 shares, it went up $8. You sold. Now I know you're not going to catch the top, but let's just say for educational purposes, you sold it at 157, $700. Sold, and then you hung out, you watched, you listened to the people say Fed's talking 2 weeks, and you're like, well, I'm not buying until the Fed talks. And then because every time right before the Fed talks, the market goes down. That's when I say number one, another rule, because I have 3 rules. Know your environment. What's your environment? Well, the Fed's talking. Well, stocks usually go down right before Fed talks, within reason, maybe a day before or 2 days. They always try to mess with it. Like it's going down today and it's going to go up. It's going to go up after he talks. I'd be very surprised. And if it doesn't go up today after he talks, it's going to go up tomorrow. That's what I'm banking on. Go back in. You made your profit. You made $700. Now you're buying back in. You're like, oh, today's the day. I'm going back into Apple. I'm going to buy my 100 shares. And because I made $500, I'm going to buy another 4 more shares to try to compound my money. And then maybe tomorrow it goes back up to 154 and you can either hold on to it or you can sell it. And you made more money. And boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And that's how we do it. That's how we do it, folks. And guess what? It's not that easy. It just looks easy. But sometimes things pop up. It's almost like if you ever, and I bet on football games before, but I've probably bet on 5 football games in my lifetime. And they've all probably been within the last 2 years because of stupid apps, DraftKings, FanDuel. They're not stupid. I mean, they're cool, but now more people have access to it. I'm like, now that people have access to it, more people are going to get burned in the stock market. More people are going to get burned with DraftKings and FanDuel. Street cred in the house. Whoop, whoop. Gonna get a pin. Yeah, it's funny. I have no idea. I guess Discord. I guess I should start a Discord. It's not going to be for money. Don't worry about that. Can I do a free Discord? Do you guys know about that? Save me some time. Can I do? Because then like the people that come into our feed, and I'll say this again because I do want us to. Dude, it's my money. I want it now. Dude, I want my money too, man. I really do. To be stuck in this play for this long, I made a video that probably a couple weeks ago. Seems like a couple years ago. I was like, I don't want to be involved in this AMC, APE, GME shit. I really don't. I don't want to be involved in it. I just wish the market would just go back to normal. But that's kind of saying like I wish the world was a nice place. It is what it is. None of us were wrong. I'll say this again. I like to make people feel better because it's the truth. None of us were wrong when we bought into APE, AMC, GME. We were not wrong. We saw what was going on and we bought the stock. I mean, when I bought my first AMC shares, it was December. Then I bought a lot more in January, and then I went all in February. So I've seen dips, I've seen rips. I saw the super rip, the 72, and then I sold a little bit off the top and bought GME. I mean, that's kind of how things are going. But we're not wrong. We're just early. Exactly. Big Short. Or that's blurry. That's Blurry's quote. I might be It might be earlier. I'm not wrong, or you said it correctly. I don't know, but I know I'm with you, man. Yeah, we're not wrong, and hopefully, like Ace is talking about the FTDs. Um, I think everything that's coming up, especially like I know I made this video, but it's a good one to watch. I probably should make like a playlist and just call it like education. Just some key ones. Like Adam Aaron's playbook is still, I made that video 5 weeks ago. That's still going. I talked about how Ape should be sold, and it's all just reiteration of everything that you guys have been thinking about too. Everything that we've been talking about. Where Ape should be sold, how much he should sell of it, what's the consequences of him paying off the debt. AMC is going to run. They know that. That's why Ape is sitting at $1.77 right now. They know that if he pays off his debt, AMC is going to rip, and they won't be able to control it. They can halt all they want. But the bottom line is none of us are selling at these halts. That's how the GameStop thing got squashed. They halted and people panicked. Well, now we know the game. And now that we know the game, and that's why people like me, and sadly, I might be one of 5 people out there on the internet that on YouTube that are still teaching about this, because the other ones are a bunch of just little bitches who just cowered. And like Coors, he doesn't talk about this stuff. He doesn't teach us. He's not for the movement anymore, the thing that built him. He's just campaigning for his next gig. And he'll disappear because he's disingenuous. I just think don't see anything genuine about what he does. And he brings like traders on his show. Like, dude, aren't you a trader? Aren't you like Mr. Stock Guy? Don't like him much. I don't respect him. That's all. He stopped talking about AMC and Ape a long time ago. And he'll bring it up. But if you ever watch his run, when it ran to 72, he was like, let's go. Let's go. I was like, dude, what kind of emotion is? I'm like punching holes through the drywall. Did I think Coors sold out? I don't know if he sold out, but he just sold out in his own mind. He just saw that. He looked and goes, oh my God, I have 200,000 subscribers and I'm making so much money a month. And he just said, I better like stay the course and not be offensive and not do things that I shouldn't do. And I don't know. I can't see that that's going to happen to me. I mean, that'd be pretty hard because I'm too like, what's up, sub? Good morning, everyone. Yes, good morning. Sub has the boss. What the hell does that mean? I mean, I've never really had Mr. T.Y. Scores the same guy from Blue's Clues. Dude, Mr. TYB. That's breaking news. He does look like the guy from Blue's Clues. I'm a master at Photoshop. So if you guys see my thumbnails, those are made personally by Stock Mafia Man. I almost called myself something, but I thought that was funny. So Simon, sub? A lot of you guys, how do you join this? So you asking me if I have a Discord? I don't know. I asked for help and nobody helped me. Nobody helped me with Discord. I don't know. Can I do a Discord just for free? I must be able to because Bigums has one for his followers. Yeah. All right. Come on, Ape. I don't know why I'm cheering for Ape. Actually, I should be cheering for it to go down because if anybody's going to buy some Ape today, I tell you what. If anything, like I should never say never, and it's only really because like my intention for anything on this YouTube stuff is like if I make money on YouTube, like I'm going to make money from YouTube, from Google. I'm not really interested in, paying for or charging for swing trade alerts and all that stuff because there are people that do that. I'm not going to do that because that's financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but what I will do it. Yeah, that's cool, man. 40 people. Yeah, if you're in here and you're not subbed to my channel, please sub because I am going to start putting out alerts. Just they're free. Like I was trying to tell you, everybody charges for this shit, and you get what you get when it gets to be free. It's all opinion based and all education based. It's just to teach you how to swing trade and to show you the simple rules that I do to make some money and make small money. I'm never going to come on here and go, so if you buy 100,000 shares of Ape and then sell at a 3 cent rip, you can make $3,000. I understand that most people don't have $100,000 to just play with. We do 1,000 shares, 500 shares. That's 100 shares. Today, honestly, like if you're looking to start, today's the day because man, Ape, I do believe Ape's going to go up after Powell's talks, and you're not killing the movement. Sub, thanks. Yeah, guys, if you like this channel, and I'm not trying to be like, but you understand that it is hard to build something, and if you could ever, I guarantee you guys have more followers on Twitter than I do because for whatever reason, Twitter and I just don't work. I don't tweet that. I mean, I comment. I don't tweet that much, but what is Robert saying? Robert, what are you talking about? You found clues. You're talking about Blue's Clues. I gotcha. That is funny. He does look like Blue Clues. Matt Kors does look like the Blue Clues guy. But Sub, thanks for saying love the channel. I'm just saying share it and share it for your own investment protection because you are in AMC, GME, Ape. It is very important that everybody just holds their dude, I'm not doing fanny pack. I think Bigums would find me and beat me up. I'll not do a fanny pack. I think the most I would ever do is sell a hat and a t-shirt with the Stock Mafia logo on it. I think that's probably the high and a hoodie. And it would have to be black, baby. I know. I always wear black. It's easier that way. It's easy to always. So even if I come downstairs and I'm wearing like an Eagle shirt, I'll just change real quick. So no, you won't see me all the time on the streets wearing black. But I do like black. I think black looks good. It makes me feel like a badass. But no fanny pack because I don't use fanny packs. Although I will wear a fanny pack on the beach. I will do that occasionally. Because nothing worse than like when you have all your kids and they're like, Dad, can we go to the boardwalk? And you don't have your money and your shorts are wet and you guys get it. Come on. Where are my dads out there? We gotta do what we gotta do sometimes, man. We gotta look like a bunch of dorks. We have to wear a fanny pack. But no fanny pack with the Stock Mafia logo on it. No, I'm not doing that. That is the true definition of selling out. If you're selling fanny packs. But all he's doing is, I mean, I'm you guys probably know this, but if you don't, from a marketing perspective, I don't do this because that portal hasn't been opened up for me on YouTube, but I'm sure when fortunately, whatever, say I had 5,000 subs and I had so many watch hours and all that fun stuff, because that's how they grade you. You'll just upload a graphic and it puts it on like a coffee mug and a hoodie and all that other crap. Coffee mug, that works. I'd have to be pretty particular, but if you just upload a logo and they're like, dude, we have to sell fanny packs, I don't know, I guess I would have to, and then I would tell everybody don't buy the fanny pack. But I appreciate the love, man. And like I said, it's always good. I don't feel like there's a lot of people out there on YouTube like me. That's something I would love to hear about you guys, because I don't feel like there is. And if there is, like who do you think I'm most like on YouTube? That's really interesting to me. I would love to know the answer to that. And I don't take offense. Like if you tell me I'm like CSI, then all right, minus the cigarettes. Um, but yo, hamburger. Were you really 1,000? Now, if I go to 9.99, dude, how do I know that wasn't you too? All right, man. I believe you. I'm gonna screenshot that. Hold on. Oh, I speak facts. Well, that's good. Yeah, I try to. I wonder sometimes if that's going to get me in trouble, but whatever. What are you going to do? I mean, I'm never going to be somebody I'm not because I'm not. I'm not that calculated. So this is where I'll make you guys understand. I will never be someone I'm not, and let me tell you why. Because when I come down in front of the microphone, and I'm in my basement right now. Yeah, Charles Gasparino, but I'm in my basement, not my mom's basement. When I come down in here, I don't have a big script. I know what I'm going to talk about. I make like four. I'm looking at my to the right. I have a notepad, or actually just a bunch of copy paper. I make like four notes and I just go. And sometimes when I forget, I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to tell them that Powell is going to say this, or I forgot to say, and it just is like it's all it is. Robert, that is exactly how it should be done. So, Rob, this is the here's another teaching lesson for how to interpret YouTubers with the stock market. Robert says, I take all the info from all the top tubers, you included. Oh, thanks. Hey, I'm on the top. And look, mom, and mush it all together into something that makes sense to me and go from there. Yeah. And that honestly, that's what I've done. I still do that. I don't find there's a lot of people to watch. I don't really want to watch me. I'm annoying. I'm annoying to me. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know. Like, I really enjoy AMC Bigums. His intention obviously is not to like grow his channel or anything. He just wants to get his information out there. But he really taps into stuff that I feel that he gives me confirmation on. Joey Booms in the house. I remember this combo a few streams back where you were saying that mom's basement doesn't sound too bad. Yeah. Oh yeah. So Street Cred's talking about. So I always say like Charles Gasparino. If you listen to him and hear the nonsense he says, he's like these people only live in their mom's basement trading stocks. It's like, dude, and I'm with you, Street Cred. Like I'm like, dude, mom's basement sounds awesome, right? No mortgage. Mom's probably like if I was in mom's basement right now, I guarantee in about half hour, yeah, I'm close to it. There's a sandwich up there waiting for me. So mom's basement does not sound that bad. Because right now, living by myself, there ain't no sandwich up there. You said beagles, so I'm going to assume bagels. I used to watch the guy that eats because beagles are a dog. Boss Blunts. You know what? I should watch him. I don't give him a chance. I probably because of the Blunt thing. That's just me. I don't know. Like maybe I should give him a chance. I will watch him because I think Bigums is close with him, or at least they like talk. Boss Blunts. Yeah, I'll watch him. That's a good one. Yeah, because I don't really, like I said, yeah, dude, Ace. Mom, meatloaf. Now, I think that movie was The Wedding Singer. Will Ferrell was in the basement and he's screaming at his mom to make a meatloaf. That's exactly what I think about when I think about living in my mom's basement. Step Brothers is my favorite movie of all time. So you want to know what kind of person I am and how my humor is? Step Brothers is the funniest movie I've ever seen. Ever seen. And some people say Dumb and Dumber, and I think it is funny, but Step Brothers, Wedding Crashers love it. Man, Step Brothers, oh my God. I don't know if I think it's maybe because of being, I think you have to be a father too, like a parent, to kind of really get into it. Oh my God, that movie. if I ever have like a bad day, I should really just turn that on. I've done that a few times where I've just turned it on. Um, and it to me, it's just the funniest movie. The funniest movie. There was talk they were going to make Step Brothers 2. And man, I'd stand in line to watch that thing. I'm sure it wouldn't be as funny as the first one, though. It's pretty hard to replicate. So Robert's telling me I was watching Coors, Bigum's, Mask Investor, Roaring Rico, don't know him, Astro, you, Trades, Angelo, more. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just gonna give honest like Coors for me, like nah. Bigum's, yes. Mask Investor, he talks really fast. So he's for me, he just I don't know. It's hard to understand. That's kind of how Angelo is. Like, I can't really understand him that much. And I don't he doesn't really give, in my opinion, he doesn't give enough feedback or opinion on what's going on. I mean, to be honest with you, listen, we're all in this play. We're all in this play. So I think we're all like we're reading the Twitter stuff and the major news that pops up. So most of the time when you click on YouTube and you're like, all right, I'm gonna watch so and so, like every YouTube video is gonna be a reaction to Powell raising the basis points, right? So I try to like go on there and go, I really don't want to talk about the same shit that these guys are talking about. Because what am I providing you guys? And I just make the assumption that you're pretty informed. I might glance over it, but I think I'm more opinionated and give a different perspective. I mean, that's kind of what I'm going for. Dude, you said what I was about to say. Yes, the mask investor. Have you guys? All right, so I'm 48 years old. I don't know if I ever told you guys my age. I've always said I was in my 40s. When you were a kid, there was a toy called Micro Machines, and Micro Machines. The commercial had this guy to be like an auctioneer type thing. And so if anybody ever talks really fast, I go, "Oh, he's the Micro Machines guy." And oh, sub. Oh, really? Canadians talk fast? See, the only Canadians I know are Strange Brew, and they don't talk fast, eh? Um, do Canadians talk fast? I didn't know that. Is that because of like do French Canadians talk fast? And yes, Robert, I do eat babies. I do. Makes me a badass. That's why I wear black. So the blood, you can't see the blood. Um, all right, so Child's saying the same thing. So Josh, what's up, Josh? Um, yeah, it's I just think sometimes guys talk too fast, and Angelo for me is hard to understand. And I want to hear more opinion based stuff because I feel like for me, maybe because I do this channel, I'm on top of everything, and I always was because I just have so much invested in this. Like I'll be straight, guys. Like this thing runs, woo, for me. Like honestly, because my whole pretty much everything I got is in the AMC GME. I go back and sort of regret it, but what are you gonna do? Um, English Canadians talk fast. Is that what you're saying, sub? Yeah, Robert. Are you? Yeah, 18,000. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's got a lot into this play, and even if somebody comes in and goes, "Man, I'm 5,000 in this play. I'm really down." That's because like you put whatever your savings are into that, and you can have 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, $100,000 in this play, but if you're down, and that hurts because that's your money. You earned it, and depending on your age, listen, when I was 20, I didn't have as much money as I had when I was 30. And when I was 30, I didn't have as much as money as I had at 40. So don't think you don't have enough. Yeah, Amar, I'm with you, man. I mean, every time I agree with you, it means that I'm matching those numbers. You bought GME at 80 pre-split. Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, that was a good buy. My break even on GME is $52 because my buy-ins were like $200, like around that range. So I think it was like 206, and I did divided by four. And I'm looking, I know we're all talking about Ape and AMC and GME. And oops, there we go. It is 11:30. Oh, good. We got a half hour still left. That's good. Yeah, if you're in the stream, we did have 40. Ooh, Street Cred, did you say 40 were in our stream? Man, because I tell you what, once you said 40, we had like 13 people leave. um, it's so funny. I forget the hell I was saying. Oh, so GME, I'm just looking at Ape right now. I'm like 176, man. It's such an opportunity to buy right now, honestly. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, obviously. Of course I could be wrong. We can all be wrong about everything. But hamburger pickles was my 1,000 subscriber guys. So that's pretty neat. That makes me feel good. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch something grow. Like anybody would understand that. It's fun to do this. I love doing this. I spent my whole childhood, honestly, like in front of a camera. And and when I say that, you think, oh, you're a child actor? No, I was in front of a home video camera with me and my friends making music videos and doing all that stuff. I'm sure I'd have been if I was like a 8-year old right now, I know I'd be obsessed with like TikTok doing that kind of nonsense. Um, because every kid, if you don't know, every kid wants to be like an influencer or stuff. It's like, well, you gotta like find your mark. They all want to do like pranks and jump off buildings. I'm surprised more kids haven't died trying to make YouTube videos. We don't hear about it. GME average 33. Dude, that's good, sub. You're like close. Dude, you were in the green. You were in the green a couple days ago for GME, right? I'll wait to hear from sub. Yeah, I've been in AMC. I was not in GME for the rip. I was in AMC for the rip to 72. I wasn't trying to kill the squeeze, but I did sell some. Uh, and I'm glad I did now. Sold some at like 65 for AMC and took some profits. It's so funny. I was diversifying, so my diversification was to buy GME. Oh yeah, that was a real diversification, Darren. Pat on the back for you, you idiot. Um, and it just went from there and been holding ever since. And I think in like 10 days, another portion of my AMC shares go long that I'm in a 20% tax bracket. Yeah, that S3 partners. If you guys watch that video, it probably. I mean, I'll apologize if I miss it. If I was like, and I will say when I was wrong. I had no idea that S3 was owned by Citadel. I didn't know that. So that's what we're finding out. But and then this Bob Sloan guy worked for Citadel and worked. I think he's like a Goldman guy. Whatever. These guys all just like butt fuck each other. Like, I mean, it's just ridiculous. And they're just a bunch of shit bags. They really are. And if they're listening, hey, because we got 10 more people on the link. Yeah, you're a bunch of shitbags. And if in a street fight, I'll whoop your ass um, on pure emotion. I don't like bad people. I don't like bad people. And I'm not heavily religious, but one thing you know about me is just like I just think that what goes around comes around, and be a good person. Now, if I'm in a convenience store and you kick me in the shins, I'm gonna kick you back. but I try to be a good person and stand up for people. And part of the reason I came on this YouTube thing was because I just felt like the information was coming out, and it was all when everybody started selling out. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to call it the way it is until he tells me different. But Trey, Matt, Lou, they sold out. I'm not talking about AMC anymore. Why not? It's a stock. Well, what's happened? You know, you got your money. You got your money. Move on. You know, you got your money. So yeah, they're all Harvard guys. Ace is saying all these hedgy guys. They all went to school together. Yeah, totally. And if they didn't go to school together, they all came up together. I guess that's the same thing. Like if we were all in the same baseball basketball team since we were 7 or 8, I guess we would be trading secrets too. Yeah, Robert, I don't. Yeah, it's funny you never mentioned Lou. I mean, I thought Lou was a joke in the beginning, and then he got me, and I was just watching him. It's just like what you do is like you watch everybody, you siphon it, you try to figure out. But Lou said some stuff about like digital currencies, like long before we really even found out about it. So I'm like, who's feeding him that information? He's getting information from somebody. Hold on a second here. I got allergy day today, guys. Apologize. So he's gotten information. What else? What was the other thing? Like the crypto exchanges that he thought was going to come about, and they're trying to do that. They want to put the stock market on a blockchain, but they're not going to put stock market on a blockchain. And this is good news for us until this is resolved. Because I will tell you this, that as much as we all sit back and I do the same thing, is this ever going to happen? And I'll tell you why it is going to happen. Because right now, brokerages, financial institutions like Fidelity, Vanguard, TD, they're not making money because nobody's trading right now. Nobody's trading. The volume is so down in the market, and they make money on volume and volatility. So right now, everybody's just sitting pat, and they hate it. That's why you keep hearing about Jim Cramer saying, we've got to get rid of these memers, these meme stuff. We got to get rid of them. Those were his quotes. We got to get rid of them. Now, I'm sure they hated when he said that because he just babbles because he's a coke rat. But he's like, we got to get rid of them. Then they say retail has to capitulate. I freaking hate that word. Oh, you mean retail has to sell and lose money so that you guys can restore the market? No, you guys got to capitulate and cover your short positions. That's how I feel about that. I have no idea who this little guy is. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, don't worry, Ace. You don't need to watch Lou. He's a joker. If it's what makes him more of a joke is if you did ever watch Lou, watch his GTII videos. He's saying the same stuff that he said about AMC. The same exact stuff. The same exact stuff. And it's always like, we're gonna run. We're gonna have our run. I can't. Weeble doesn't. I use Weeble just because I like their charts. I don't have any stock with them. Also, the other guys know this, but if you watch Thomas James, I enjoy his channel, but he's pushing Moomoo. Moomoo is a Chinese brokerage. Okay. So if you think Citadel doesn't buy your shares when you give them money, you think Moomoo's buying your shares when you give them money? Yeah. Yeah, right. There's one place I think I'd rather be in Robinhood. Joey Booms. Booms, you get out of Robinhood yet? Are you still on this? Can I see if you guys? I have no idea how to use all this stuff. I'm gonna click something. Hopefully, it doesn't like disconnect us. Oh, it didn't work. Maybe if I paid for StreamYard, I could see who actually is on the stream. I'm sure I could. I'll get there, guys. I just, paying for all this stuff, man. I bought a microphone and a camera. That cost me enough money. Good Lord. This microphone was like $250. It's pretty, in my mind, it's pretty pricey. Oh, thanks, Sub. Yeah, I'm glad I helped. I felt like I was kind of after I made that video and then things happened. I was like, so Sub said I got fooled by the S3 Partner 30 GME parabolic. Then I watched your video and you were so right. Oh, so thank you. I appreciate it. After I made it, I was like, I hope I expressed myself. Like I was excited, but like cautiously optimistic, if that's a way to feel. Yeah, I was like, all right, so run it, bitches. Like we're going parabolic, $34.98. Oh yeah, thanks a lot, fuckers. I mean, come on, damn it. You know, I need to put a sign above my camera that says, Darren, do not curse. Because I really do feel like that. They go through your videos, and I don't think you get like good, like if somebody searches AMC stock, I want to like pop up like in the top 5 or something. I don't want to. I think if I curse, I think that hurts me until I get like really big. Let me do whatever the hell I want because they're making money off me. I noticed. So Hamburger's saying I noticed Andre Cheek pushed Moo on Monday. Yeah, so that's my whole thing. So Moo is a Chinese stock. I should just put that on my screen right now. It's just really big. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but whatever. I'm not wrong because I saw it. Oh, screw it. There we go. I've like hit all my icons so they're not on the screen that like disrupt you guys. All right, I'm not gonna do that right now. But yeah, Moomoo is a Chinese brokerage, so that makes me nervous. Because listen, I would love to like if I found something that I believed in, yeah, I would love to tell you guys about it. That'd be cool. Like, oh, because right now, like, what's the number one brokerage? And I wouldn't get paid for this. I don't get 4 free stocks every time you sign up. There's no link below. Is I think the safest brokerage, my personal opinion, not financial advice, is Vanguard. Because BlackRock and Vanguard are the two biggest banks brokerages in the world. They have the most money, and none of us are getting an introduction to anybody at BlackRock, not yet anyway. So the next best thing is Vanguard. They have the people's money, the individual investor. We are not retail investors and we're not meme stock buyers. I can't stand that they call us that, but they do that on purpose to discredit us and to make us look dumb. We're individual investors and there are institutional investors. Yeah, Sub, I don't blame you for holding on to your GME through that little rip because that rip it should have went higher because even if it was a pump fake, I mean if it was a pump fake, dude, send it to, I don't know what's the cutoff now that it's when the all right, so if most GME people probably own at a high, they probably were buying it at $400. So you split that by 4. So anything over 100 is going to tempt some people. And listen, when I say tempt, you could have a family member, not saying it's a wife, but it could be. Let's just use that as an example, a real life example. Um, if uh, if if they're standing over you and telling you to sell, your wife's right back here. Um, they you probably what 100 anything over 100 is tempting to somebody who owns GME and they've been buried for a long time. All right. So Brian P said, I thought Weeble and Robinhood was the safest broker. Brian, are you a shill? Oh, Brian, you are a shill. Are you the same guy that's been asking me if I'm really in the mafia? How the hell do I get rid of you? You're gone. What user? Nah, you're just gone. I just blocked him. I got no time for that shit. Ah. He asked me if I was in the mafia. Yeah, dude. I'm in the mafia. Shut the hell up. And then he said, Did you see his? Did you see his thing?" He said in the chat. He said, and I'll give him his 15 minutes of fame. He said, "I thought Robinhood and Webull were the safest broker." Like, yeah, dude. Yep. Um, all good. It's funny. Yeah, so if you're in Webull, and so Webull is Doug Sifu, the one who was on Al from Boston's channel, the interview that he just did like a week ago. He was he owns Virtue Financial, and Virtue, I think, owns Webull. Same way that Citadel owns Robinhood. So that's like their front to retail with like apps and stuff. And the apps are awesome. I mean, I don't really understand. It really pisses me off, honestly, is like the type of like Fidelity and Vanguard, they got to get with it with their apps and their charts and all that stuff. They have the money, get it done. All right, sub, peace out, man. Yeah, I'm only gonna be on here for another 15. So thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, please share if you guys got more than 50 followers, because I don't think I have more than that on Twitter. You know, tweet out my stuff. I would appreciate it. It's just trying to get the word out, man. Just trying to get the word out about people that are talking positive about our stocks. It's to protect our investments, because we don't want people to paper hand. We don't, because it hurts what we all want. And when I say small numbers, to me, like even AMC going to 500 is small numbers. So understand that. You don't want people jumping when it goes to $100 and they halt it, because they will halt it at $100. Let them halt it. They're not gonna do shit. They need us more than we need them. That's the funniest part about it. Is they don't have real money. We do. The rich that are in this play, they're really living on margin, and we're living on cash. Yes, our cash is down, but they're living on credit. Did they just pass? Yeah, so Ace, that's the conclusion that I came to. So Ace is asking me, did when Melvin Capital winded down, did they just pass everything to Citadel? And I will say yes, because Citadel pretty much owned Melvin anyway, or large percentage of his brokerage, set him up, because that's what God, I can't remember his name, and I don't even want to know his name, because Gabe Plotkin. And that guy still owns he has a majority stake, or a pretty large stake, of the Charlotte Hornets. Him and Michael Jordan are buddies. I don't know why Michael's still friends with him, because he just lost a shit ton of money from Mike. But Gabe Plotkin still has a portion of his money with the Charlotte Hornets. So it's funny how his investors lose their ass and he's still walking around rich. Woo! I don't know how more guys don't get like. I'm surprised more things don't happen to these people. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised like more like Pelosi nonsense that just happened in California. I'm just surprised, because the bad stuff that these people do to like regular folk, I'm like, you're going to piss off the wrong person and you're going to get it. I mean, I find that whole Pelosi thing to be suspicious, and I'm not going to really get involved in it. But how did this guy like get into their house? Like just walked in? Like, you're the Speaker of the House. You don't have like security up the wazoo. I don't know. There was a rumor saying that guy was Paul Pelosi's friend. Who knows? But that makes more sense to me than anything, because I'm like, how does this guy get into the house? They should have like security beyond security, electric fences, all sorts of funny business. I mean, this is the Speaker of the House's house, and she's very controversial, whether you like her or don't like her, and she has enemies. How is she not more well protected, unless somebody that's living there, like her husband, lets this person through the front door? Don't believe what the news says. Anything the news says, they say, oh, he was on a suicidal mission and wanted to kill all the politicians. Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit. All right. Yeah, Ape's still sitting at $1.75. I mean, I'll tweet, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, I will tweet about it, and I will post about it, and maybe even talk about it tonight. But I'll see what other guys are putting out there because I don't want to be like, oh, let's talk about the 75 basis points and how it affects us. I already talked about it. Kind of done 2 half-ass videos on PAL anyway. But we'll see what happens when he talks today. I think it's at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Oh, all right, Ace, I'm with you. Don't you find that weird though? Like, that's how easy it is. Like, yeah, like that's some bad. You would think that they always would have somebody like around the house. I mean, as much money as our government wastes, they don't have security for our Speaker of the House. That's funny. That's weird to me. And she's rich as rich can be. I mean, she's made like $220 million insider trading. She can't afford to pay some guy 50 grand a year to babysit the home, packing heat. Not even 50 grand. Pay him $100,000 a year. Write it off. I just find that so suspicious that they don't have enough they didn't have security. So we were talking about yeah, start and I'll put a poll out, and I don't know how you guys feel. If there's any type of stocks that you want to talk about, um, just to kind of break it up a little bit. Like, it might get to the point where maybe, I know right now I make like one video a day, and then I'll do like shorts, and I'll stream. Streaming takes a lot, but if there's anything you guys want to follow, I'll put a poll out there and just say, well, this is what I'm looking at, and I'm gonna do the ones I'm interested in, because I can't jump into a stock. I don't even have anything on here that's well, yeah, perfect example, like Carvana. Carvana had a 52-week high of $300, $307, and that's a really cool company. But they've had some finance and accounting issues that I don't really understand, and that's kind of the reason that they drop so low. And that's a red flag for me. You go from 300 to 14. So that's kind of stock that maybe I'm going to stay away from for right now. I like to see the stocks like Snap is really interested in me, because I know like the kids use it a lot. And Snapchat had a 52-week high of $57, and now it's at like 10 range. It hit 1065 a couple days ago. Let's see where it went. 1139 in October. So even the October highs, 1185. I mean, they hit it twice. 1065. That might be something to touch, to look into that. Snap, Under Armour, Neo, they might be the 3 that I'm looking at, and they're affordable. So they're easy to buy 100 shares of. And if you have enough money, you can buy 1,000 shares. They're the type of thing to teach you how to swing trade. And Mr. Simon's saying, I hear Fidelity is one of the best, if not the best broker. I made an account, but can't trade in there because of something with my 401k. Huh, that's interesting. I have a Fidelity. Oh, all right. Is anybody DRS'd any of their stuff yet? That means just putting Computer Share as the transfer agent. Don't believe the FUD about Computer Share. It's just as legit as all the rest of them. Even more legit, because they are directly contracted with AMC, directly contracted with GameStop, and other companies as well. But you could buy a stock. I don't know. You could end up buying, say, Snapchat, and say, oh, I want to direct register, and be like, well, we're not the direct registering agent of Snapchat. I don't know if they are or aren't, but I'm saying, like, you can't just go on Computer Share. They're not a brokerage. They have to have a contract with the specific company. Carnival is another swing trade that you should follow. So I'm gonna have to make a video on this, because I know a lot of people in my comments were asking me, like, how do I do that? I will tell you my thoughts. 90% of my GameStop is in computer share. That should tell you something. And I have a significant position in GameStop. And you can sell. Now they have a sell limit of $3,500. And people are like, oh, it's bullshit. Blah, blah. Dude, try putting a $3,500 sell limit on your AMC right now in Fidelity. They won't even let you do it. So I wouldn't worry about sell limits because you don't have to put sell limits. But I will tell you this, when any of your stocks ever squeeze, I would just do it on any time you sell. Put a limit on it. If you see a stock rips to $50, $52, and you're afraid it might go down or you might miss it, don't do market price, because you see that these stocks get siphoned to market makers, and then they send it to the broker to the exchanges to sell. Put a limit on it. Then you'll know what the price you are guaranteed to get. And sometimes you'll get it higher, but most of the time you'll get it at your limit. That's the limit you set. Because if you go to market and you're like, I want to sell this stock, it's at $52, and you go to market, it could potentially come back to you that says, oh, you sold your shares, congratulations, at $48. That does happen. So always put a sell limit on there. Yes, computer share is what GameStop uses. I think that's why GameStop is going up. I know it's probably down today, but everything's down right now because this is just nonsense. Right before Powell's speaking, because these hedgies are dumping money in here because they're gonna sell on the rip. They're gonna sell. I'm telling you, this is my opinion. Powell's gonna speak. Market might, most people probably are anticipating that the market's going to go up. It could go up or down, but tomorrow, I can almost guarantee it's gonna rip. I think it's gonna rip, and depending on how much it rips, and then if people sell off, there's gonna be another dip, and then it's gonna rip up a little bit and get back to normal. You see that? So if I could draw a curve, watch my finger. It's gonna rip. It's gonna dip. It's gonna rip again. So it's like, let's just say that rip is a $1.50 profit. Then it goes down $1.50. Then it jumps up 50 cents. Well, all I saw was $2. I saw $2 on whatever I was buying and selling. And if you can get in there, you might come out happy. And I know a lot of us need happiness while we're long holding our AMC GME APE shares. So, and I tell you what, man, if we make money together, you guys might love me more. I'm like Trump. I just want love. I always say that, and they're like, "Oh God, don't do the Trump stuff." I'm not. I don't think Trump is a good person. Like, I don't. I liked him as a president because what did I say? I liked my money. My money looked better when he was president. But what is the funniest thing about him is people just really got to understand. He doesn't care about a lot of stuff. He just wants people to love him. It is the stupidest thing, but that's all he wants. I just think that's why he wants to be president. He wants to be loved. And hey, if that's his motivation and he turns our economy around and doesn't let, communist countries like China take advantage of us, then so be it. And, Trump did, maybe he was just trying to pump up his constituents or his people that were going to vote for him. But he did blast like the Citadel movement. He said something on Truth Social almost probably a year ago. He said, I appreciate what everybody's doing, trying to fight against short selling and regulate our financial markets. And he was talking about us citizens. Listen, that guy's taking money from Ken Griffin for his political campaigns. And then he's talking trash about him because he wants to be loved. That's his bottom. There's no friends in his world. It's all about him. He is a narcissist. That's not a good trait to have, but I think sometimes if you want to fight a bunch of assholes, you got to have an asshole in there with them. So, and and like I said, I'm not trying to be political. I don't want to. I know people get really sensitive about this stuff. I don't, because I don't have a side. My side is for the people. That's really the truth. How we doing on time, guys? Ooh, 11:59, man. I'm leaving you. So Ace, you're 50% in computer share. Yeah. I think DRSing is the best. It takes it, and honestly, if you just own GME, if you're concerned about the computer share process, and you shouldn't be, um, don't don't DRS everyone all your stuff. It's always good to diversify. So teaching purposes, like, diversify. Don't put all your money in one stock. Don't put all your stocks in one brokerages, because you don't know who's going to do some funny business. You don't know who's heavily leveraged. Like Mr. Simon said, he heard Fidelity is the best brokerage. I've heard the same thing. But then I've also heard that they have the heaviest short position in AMC and GME. No, actually, I've heard they have the heaviest short position in GME. So, Ace, you teach finance? Somebody just said that. It just went up in the thing. Ace, do you teach finance? Did somebody say you're a finance teacher? Dude, Gil, I only come up on Wednesdays. I will be on here. Don't be a Trey. I will not be a Trey. I only come on Wednesdays. It just meets my schedule. Listen, you guys want to, like, put some ads in the paper and make me a full-time YouTuber, I'll stream with you all day long. But that ain't paying the bills right now. Actually, it's not paying any bills. I'm not getting any money for this shit. It takes a while to, just to let you know. Thanks, Ace. It takes a while to, and I'll see you guys later when you're leaving. But just to let you guys know, it takes a while to build a YouTube channel. I have a funny feeling that I probably wouldn't see one dime for 6 months, even if it kept building the way it is. So I'm not really banking on that. I'm doing this as a challenge, and to really, like I said, protect my investment, and use you guys as much as you're going to use me for just good conversation about our favorite stocks. So, all right, stay strong, stay positive. I will see you on the next one. Stream every Wednesday. Please share my videos, like, subscribe. You got to subscribe if you want my alerts, especially at stuff that I'm looking at. And like I said before, man, Ape's at $1.74 right now. So, all right, guys, peace out. I will see you later.